NKC TV. More fire.
We brasi ba NKC TV so na ye ma Ayariga narrative na de wetime pia ba de insen kakra na ye ebetu dwa se John Dramani Mahama ye former president of the Republic of Ghana John Dramani Mahama ne policies bi o ye wetin betu dwa o pese Ghana fo timi to abama no as a police was say 24-hour job bi Mahama Ayariga etimi editu dwa se sa police na ye John Dramani Mahama de abetu dwa no onu no di kind betu dwa achekra na emom ni party ni esori nti amam form adwen anhyeda amba ne size about no de odi sa police we dey ebetu dwa no achekra na John Dramani Mahama hu se sa police otimi de na ayi a ebekoso pan no na John Dramani Mahama etimi abefa sa police etimi apeka ho asem achira manfo se ne party so nti otimi beka achira manfo ama amanfo dodo na ka se 24-hour job a kankan de John Dramani Mahama de ba so but Mahama Ayariga ka se sa 24-hour job ne de no ne de ba so achekura na emum ne party ni so nti dodo na ansedan ye amfa o mani ansedan de amba no nti ensem bebre na Mahama Ayariga de etimi de tu dwa yenkotie na no di sem na de embrasisia.
When did you put it in your manifesto that when you are voted into power you would practice this 24-hour economic policy?
In 2012, when I was the presidential candidate of the PNC, if you listen to the debates we had, I spoke about Ghana having a 24-hour economy where we make good use of our time and become a production hub, manufacturing hub, and an industrial nation. When I became the APC candidate in 2016, it was in the manifesto, and 2020, it was also in the manifesto. So all along, we have been talking about 24-hour economy. We've been talking about nationwide job centers. We've been talking about a national data system. We've been talking about a national data plan. We've been talking about price guarantee system and control system because of what is happening in the market. They are all there in the manifesto. Industrialization. I can go on and on and on. But sadly, the media don't actually pay attention to minority parties' manifestos apart from that of NDC and MPP. And that is how come it has overloaded all of you. And you are even wondering how come the APC has it and never said anything. We've been talking about it. But your attention is not on policies of minority parties. Your attention is on what you want. That's NDC and MPP. And so when President Mahama started talking about 24-hour, and then the whole country is talking about 24-hour, let me be very honest with you. 24-hour is the least of our manifesto promise.
Okay.
It's the least, because you cannot operate a 24-hour economy without putting proper structures in place. So if you look at our manifesto, we started with certain policies before we came to the 24-hour economy. We talk about a production hub, Ghana becoming a production hub, a manufacturing and industrial hub. This is the basis of a 24-hour economy.
After which the 24-hour economic policy will be implemented.
Yes, so if you look at my manifesto, it even says 24-hour production. You understand?
Of what?
For businesses, workers, and companies. Because you see, a 24-hour economy is basically on production, manufacturing, and construction and industrialization. It's not every company that will run 24-hour in Ghana. You have to concentrate on the structures. What structures are you putting in place to achieve a 24-hour economy? One, the cycle of a 24-hour economy is to allow the workforce of Ghana, that means the Ghanaian workforce, divided into 3 shift systems, where some workers will start from 6 a.m. and close 2 p.m. The next one will start from 2 p.m. and close 10 p.m. And the last section will start from 10 p.m. and close 6 a.m. So you see, it's a cycle. It's a 24-hour cycle.
Sir, someone will argue that the 24-hour economic policy in production is subject to demand and supply. So where there are no demand or excess demand for a product or services, how then do you practice this 24-hour policy?
A country like Ghana is in huge demand of everything. The reason why we import almost everything in this country. So if the person doesn't understand the purpose of a production hub, he should tell me how come we spend $1.2 billion importing rice. How come we spend $700 million importing oil? When we can produce oil, we can farm rice, we spend over $700 million importing fish and frozen chicken. We spend $650 million importing tissues, diapers, and tea roll. All these things is the purpose of a 24-hour economy, so that it will be enough. The production hub will produce, and then it goes to the next stage. What is the next stage? A manufacturing hub. And then the last stage of it is an industrial hub. So when you begin to work on these three aspects, these three industries that I'm talking about, you will need to run 24-hour economy to achieve the total demand that you are talking about. Sometimes we don't even have rice in the system. That's why they keep increasing prices of rice all the time. They keep increasing prices of oil all the time. They keep increasing prices of tissue. And the reason why there's so much pressure on the Ghanaian city, the reason why we don't understand where we're coming from, the pressure on the city is as a result of we being a dependent nation. Not just because we don't know how to manage the city. It is because we are too dependent on everything. We practically import everything in this country. So we cannot sleep 16 hours and work 8 hours, and then we become a productive and an independent, sustainable nation. Is that possible? Ghanaians sleep 16 hours and only work 8 hours. A nation that sleeps more than it works will definitely be in economic crisis.
And these policies were propounded by you way back in 2012.
Yes. Look, I've lived in Germany. I've worked in Germany. I schooled in Germany. All right? And I've worked in various companies and factories that were running 24 hours. I was the MD of Ford German company. If
wow.
you hear of Ford, ask very well. I was the quality officer of Ford as a very young man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was running 24 hours with all my workers because we're getting items from Venezuela, we're getting items from South Africa all the time. So the company will have to be there in order to make to do control of all these parts coming all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, some countries have different time. Things will come from Germany and the US different time. Others will come from Venezuela. The time will be different from South Africa. So I was running a 24-hour production. And
because the systems are all in place. Here we don't have the systems.
No, that is why I'm saying that's why I said that the 24-hour economy is on my 30 policy. The other policies is what to make a 24-hour economy productive and achievable. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes. So somebody will ask me, how are the workers of Ghana going to be working in a 24-hour economy? Some people say that it's going to the employers are going to be paying more. No, they are not going to pay more wages. They are rather going to be getting more revenue. Because the more you produce, the better money you make. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yes, demand is high in Ghana in terms of everything. Tell me which part of Ghana that a commodity is not in demand and it's in satisfaction. No commodity in Ghana is, even common water. The water we produce that is free of charge that we can extract it from the ground. It's in low demand. It's in high demand. And producers of oil water companies cannot even supply. Look at chicken. Why do you think chicken is so high? Because they cannot produce enough to feed.
NKZ TV. More fire!